What's happening, guys? This is House Cat MMA, and right now I'm going to be going over my predictions for UFC 327. But before I get into all that, if you would just take a second to like and subscribe, maybe do a bit of comment and sharing, that shit would be tight as fuck. Jerking the curtain, we got Charles Radke, not to be confused with Ronnie Radke, versus Francisco Prado. Both of these young men are violent. Both of these young men are mean, and it's going to come down to who's more violent, who's more mean. And I think Charles Radke is a little more violent and a little more mean. And I also think that he's physically a good bit stronger than Prado, so I think he's going to win a 29-28 decision. Now we got Kelvin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. I don't think in this juncture in Vicente Luque's career that he has what it takes to fend off Kelvin Gastelum. But I don't think that Kelvin Gastelum is going to beat Vicente Luque's ass. I think it's going to be a semi-close fight, and I think that Gastelum's going to win a semi-close decision just due to being more physically strong, and I think he's a better boxer than Vicente Luque. But yeah, it'll be a semi-close decision that Kelvin Gastelum wins. Now we got Chris Padilla versus Markel Medeiros. Like, Padilla, he likes to go to the ground. That's his objective usually. But he's got some game on the feet. He's not lost on the feet by any means. Medeiros is mainly a striker, but he's not lost on the ground by any means. But Padilla will fuck you up with knees to the body in the clinch like nobody's business. And I think that he's going to be able to dictate the fight, take it wherever he wants it. And I think he's going to beat Medeiros by decision. I think this will be a decision-heavy card. Now we got none other than Tatiana Suarez versus Lupe Godinez. Godinez is a little bit better of a striker than Suarez, but I think that Suarez is going to be able to take the fight to the ground whenever she feels like it, and I think she'll get a 30-27 decision. Now we got Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown, the battle of the elongated squirrels. You know, this is a situation where Kevin Holland usually gets a win. Both young men are coming off of losses, and I think Holland's more due for a win than Brown. They're both due for a win, but Holland's a little more due for a win. And this is a situation where he usually wins. So I think he'll TKO Randy Brown. I think he'll TKO him in the third round. Now we got Matus Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovic. So if Esteban can successfully sprawl and brawl, he'll win, obviously. If Matus Gamrot can get him to the ground, he'll win. And I think Gamrot can do just that. I think he'll be able to get Esteban to the ground almost, not quite, but almost whenever he feels like it. I don't think that Esteban has the ass to defend Gamrot's takedowns. Now we got Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. I like Aaron Pico, I do. I remember when he made his Bellator debut back in 2016. The thing about Aaron Pico is he ain't that good. He could beat me up, but he ain't that good. I think Pitbull's got the edge everywhere. Edge on the striking, edge on the wrestling, edge on the jiu-jitsu, and I think Pico's got enough game where Pico has enough game where Pitbull's not going to finish him. But I think it'll be a one-sided decision that Pitbull wins. Now we got Cub Swanson versus Nate Landwehr. Cub Swanson is in his early 40s. He's 42 or 43. I forget which one. And Landwehr's 36, 37, somewhere in there. Now, neither of these guys are spring chickens. Now, if we're talking about straight-up mixed martial arts fighting, we're talking about straight-up MMA, Swanson's got the edge. But something tells me that Landwehr is going to be able to put Swanson out with a one-punch knockout. I don't know why I think that, but I think it'll be a situation where Swanson's winning, and Landwehr catches him. Now, here's the thing. We got Johnny Walker versus Dominic Reyes. And this is the shitty chin galore. This is the battle of the shitty chins. Who's got the shittier chin? And if we're going by straight up chins, just straight up chins, I think that Reyes's chin is a little bit worse than Johnny Walker's chin. But I do think that, I do think that Reyes is in the middle of his career resurgence. And I think I think he'll be able to chin Johnny Walker, put Johnny Walker away. But I think I want Johnny Walker to win is the thing. But yeah, I think Reyes, for the sake of being right, I think Reyes is probably going to win. But maybe John Walker. I don't know. I'm torn about that. But I'm gonna stick to Reyes winning. Now we got Curtis Blades versus Josh motherfucking Hokett. Everybody knows. Well, the thing is, Hokett's not even trying to get in anybody's head. He's just being silly. And the fact that he stays in character so well and for so long is kind of fucking nuts. Hokett's a pretty good wrestler. Everybody knows Blades is a pretty good wrestler. But the thing is, Hokett's not dealing with the 2017, 2018, 2019 Blades. He's just not. Blades was a motherfucker in his late 20s. He was. Now he's in his mid-30s. He's not on a downhill slide, but he's not near as violent as he was in his late 20s. And because of that, I think Hokett's going to win. I don't know how. This is a tall order for Hokett. I don't know how he's going to win, but I think he will, and it'll probably be by some form of knockout. Now we got Azamat Murzakanov versus Paulo Costa. Murzakanov is a son of a bitch. He's a motherfucker. I like that he's 5'10". I'm 5'10", so I like my fighters to be 5'10". And I think he's going to continue to be undefeated. And I think he's going to finish Paulo Costa by first round knockout like the way he's been doing. Mirzakanov's power is crazy. And when you see him fighting, he doesn't seem overly skilled, but he just gets shit done in there. He's one of those guys. But yeah, he's going to put away Costa. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. But I like Costa. But he's not going to win this one. Now we got Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Ulberg. Ulberg ain't got shit for Costa. But the thing is, he does. Ulberg's got plenty of shit for Costa. He's going to hit Costa. He's going to hit Costa hard. He's going to drop Costa. What the fuck am I talking about? Carlos Ulberg versus Yuri Prohaska is what I'm talking about. So, look, here's the thing. Ulberg, you ain't got shit for Prohaska. You don't, but he does. Now, he's going to hit Prohaska. He's going to hit Prohaska hard. He's going to drop Prohaska. Ulberg's going to win rounds. 2 of them. Maybe 3 of them. But this is a 5-round fight. You know who knows all about 5-round fights? Prohaska. I mean, not really. He finished Teixeira late in the 5th round. I don't think he's gone a whole 5 yet. But he's gonna put away Ulberg in the 3rd or 4th round. It's gonna be a whole lot like Khalil Roundtree versus Prohaska. And my boy Prohaska is gonna be the UFC light heavyweight champion of the whole entire world.